in relation to that, your
Mhm.
motivation to learn Japanese, do you have any favorite anime or manga recent?
So I took like a random Balkan culture and history class
Yeah.
in-house mm, for the sole purpose of going to world, like applying to Hitotsubashi. And Minami would just like die. She will be so jealous, you know?
Yeah. Let's let's just win the nationals so hard.
Oh my
I
God, but like, what if
yeah,
we don't win?
yeah, that's spicy thing. Uh,
Oh, okay.
which is about what are the things you like or you don't like about Korean debating circuit.
Oh, is this a part that I have to speak in
Yeah,
Japanese? Like,
so yeah, you is it working? Okay, I think it's
yeah,
working.
I think it is.
Okay, so welcome to the Kansai podcast, which is the special episode for New Year's. I guess I'm not sure when it will be uploaded, but I think it will be around New Year's.
Mhm.
And we have special guest. Welcome, Yago. ちょっとだけ自己紹介してほし
Hi. Like, should I say konbanwa? Because like it's
い。maybe,
Hi,
maybe.
konbanwa or
Yeah.
konnichiwa. Yeah, my name is Yago. Yeah, I'm from Korea, but I think I love Japan too much, especially Kansai. So I think yeah, for some reason I'm qualified for this podcast. So yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Right.
This came up with so random moment, like the after JVP that
Uh-huh.
I went to drinking with my Kansai people like Kansai like end year party or something.
Mm-hmm.
And on the train that we back to the place I'm staying, like
Mm-hmm.
we are like relatively drunk. And we have to like look for other like podcast episode because we have Zakansai, the tournament called Zakansai, uh
Yeah.
in March.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, like we have to like film some podcast. Like people told me like you should do it more. Then yeah, then we came here to film the podcast with you, which is quite random and interesting.
Like I really hope I can help, like at least in some way. Like I mean, like I'm pretty sure I'm going to the Kansai. Like
Oh,
I
really?
think I will. Yeah. Um, either as a judge or a debater. Because I thought it was like a good alternative to ICUT. Because I heard ICUT is not happening anyways. On top of
Yeah,
the fact that I love Kansai more.
yeah.
Like
The
Tokyo,
Kansai,
anyways.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the most prestigious tournament in Japan.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, all the dinos are coming.
Yeah,
that you are
I also
proud
heard
to
from
be part of.
Minami
Yeah,
that you and Minami are also bringing a row guy,
yeah.
like
Chris,
yeah, AKA Chris.
aka Chris. Yeah. Okay, that's really good. Is other Korean people will coming to the Kansai?
Actually, I don't know.
Mm.
I think there are a lot of people who are just unaware of the tournament.
Uh,
So I kind of like heard from other people that this tournament is kind of like, the um the Kikaku is
mhm.
just like a domestic tournament.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like not sure like how much they want to, promote the
Mm.
tournament or something. But I feel like there definitely would be a lot of Koreans who would be interested in it because
Mhm.
yeah, already they perceive March as like, ICUT season and
Yeah.
they're very ready to go to like Japan. So
Mm.
if they are informed of the tournament, I think there would be good number of people who would want to come. Yeah.
Mm. That's really nice because some of us love really specific Korean debaters like Yongwoo or
Mm.
Haesun. Oh.
I, I'm not sure if like I'm not sure if they can come because like definitely Young can't.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think I'll have to check with Haesung because like Haesung is also still in the social service duty.
Mhm.
Yeah, and his shift is very irregular. So
Yeah. Yeah, I hope we can see lots of you in the Kansai. But yeah, anyways, then let's proceed to the question part.
Hmm.
Then just yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then the first question is, I think everyone, like most Japanese are curious about, is that how did you learn Japanese and why do you speak Japanese so well?
No, like actually, like the second question is just like not true. Like I don't think I'm like good enough. I feel like just like as a Korean or like a foreigner standard, I'm like just like okay, but just like when communicating and stuff,
Mm,
I don't think I'm like good enough to just meaningfully communicate. But anyways, I started learning Japanese in like 2020 December-ish.
really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually it has been like 4 years.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and my my reason for learning Japanese, like the kikkake was
Mm,
Haikyuu, because
yeah.
yeah, it was during COVID like time, and I was so bored, and
Mm,
I got a lot of recommendation from my friends that Haikyuu is like very
mm,
fun, and like people who know me very well just told me that I would like love Haikyuu so much, which
mm,
was a very accurate speculation. So I just like watched the anime, and I was like yeah, really like literally amazed.
mm.
So I decided to like learn Japanese because like
Wow.
because like the Korean language and
Hmm.
Japanese are kind of like similar in its grammatical structure. So when I just like
Oh.
w read the subtitles and
Hmm.
when the hatsung is kind of like similar with
Yeah.
Korean, I feel like oh maybe like this um tango corresponds to like a Korean word. And
Mm,
that was kind of like interesting to me. And then I just wanted to like be more sure about it. And I also just wanted to watch Haikyuu without subtitles. So yeah, so I decided to learn Japanese.
mm,
I found it very fun. So I just continued on studying Japanese even
hmm.
after that. So even though I was in military, when I
Oh,
have a lot of time, I decided to study for the Japanese, exam JLPT.
yeah.
Yeah, so I studied for it. Yeah, I passed some of the tests, fortunately. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I, continued on studying. And even
Mm,
this semester, I took a Kokyu Nihongo class. And then I was like, oh my God, this is so
what?
Kokyu because like there's so many people are like so like good. And I'm
Hmm.
like, oh my God, like this is not my like area. Because like the exam, like recently, like I took like in like a week ago. And then like there was like a question that
Hmm.
asked the students to translate a Korean novel into Japanese with dictionary, paper
Wow.
dictionary. And then like the novel was Hankang,
Yeah.
the
Maybe I don't know.
the 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 veganism novel.
The
Um,
veganism novel? What the
like
is this?
I have no idea how to say it in Japanese. Like
Is that like
saishoku like
yeah.
yeah.
Uh is that like the thesis, academic thesis or something?
No,
Or
no, no. It's like the actual like fiction novel. And she
oh,
won she won a Nobel Prize for
oh,
literature
oh.
this year.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
so that's why it was like a very, very big thing in Korea.
yeah. Mm,
So I think the professor decided to just like, use Han Kang's novel. And
mm-hmm,
then the novel was like Han Kang is very renowned for
mm,
using very, very descriptive language.
yeah.
So basically like the whole novel was like it's in the perspective of like a husband
Mm-hmm,
and his wife initially ate meat, but after some events,
mm,
she decided not to eat meat anymore. And
no.
then like the husband was describing how his wife used to like eat meat very
Mm-hmm,
you know aggressively with a very, very descriptive language, like a very
Okay.
red meat. Like
Yeah.
on one hand, you have like, I don't know, like the utensil.
Mm.
On the other hand, like you have like the scissors. Then you like chop the meat and all those like descriptive details. I was supposed to like, translate everything. And I had no idea what to do. So the only
Yeah.
word that I knew was like 妻、
Yeah.
肉、食べる. And like I'm
Those
like,
wife ate meat.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but like actually that is a full sentence, right? Like
Yeah.
妻が肉を食べたとか.
Yeah.
And then like, but the problem is there were so many like descriptive words that were filled like in between the words that
Mm.
made the sentence so long. And I was like so traumatized by that. So I
Okay.
tried my best and
Mm-hmm.
ended up only being able to fill up like the half of the
Mm.
answer. But I was very proud of myself. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, like this
You
is enough
should.
for me. And then I was like going to the professor with my like paper answer sheet. And then I was just like skimming the other people, like how much they wrote. And like just like they were just like finishing their answers. Like they were just like finishing the full translation of that fucking novel. And I was like, oh my God,
Wow.
like these people are like so good. Actually, they used
Yeah.
to, 交換留学
Mm.
in Japan and
Yeah.
they're like so good. So there were no way to that I can like catch up these people. Yeah,
Well,
so that's why I
there's
decided to go on an exchange program too, so
okay.
that I can be equally like pera pera as that those
Mm.
people. Yeah.
These, these people must be something else because we also don't have that descriptive Japanese vocabulary for meat or like blood.
I know, right? Like even in Korean, like the sentences that she wrote were
Mm.
very sensational.
Mm.
Even back in the days where she actually released that novel.
Mm.
And probably that's why she won the Nobel Prize, right? Because like
Yeah.
she is
There must be some,
irreplaceable, right?
yeah, reasons to win the Nobel Prize. And
Yeah.
that's, wow. Like, yeah, I know that sometimes there's some language classes just go beyond what the native speaker are actually doing.
Yeah, and those students just like manage to do that. I'm like like what are these people doing? Like are you like born in Japan or are you like half Japanese or something?
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm okay. Is that novel translated in Japanese?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it's translated.
Maybe I'm just I'll I can find in some in my place. Yeah. Then
Yeah.
now I can see the proper translation of the descriptive grotesque meat eating thing.
Yeah, actually it is. Actually it's
Hmm.
out like 菜食主義者.
菜食
Like
主義者. Okay.
yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Why is did you have to like translate whole book?
No. Like
No, right?
yeah, the professor chose like 2 to 3 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but those paragraphs were like certainly the most descriptive paragraphs ever in that
Uh,
novel. And I was like, yeah, there's no way I can
mm,
translate this.
okay, now I find it. Oh, it's published in 2007. It's okay.
It's pretty
Mm,
old.
nice. Then, in relation to that, your
Mhm.
motivation to learn Japanese, do you have any favorite anime or manga
Ha
recent?
ha ha ha. Yeah, like obviously, my all-time favorite is Haikyuu.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I haven't watched like anime these days. Um, but one of the other favorites are Jujutsu Kaisen
Mm,
and I would say Kimetsu no Yaiba.
yeah.
Oh, although like my my favorite episode was like the one with Rengoku.
Mm,
Yeah. Like the current episodes, like obviously they're so fun, but like I don't think they match the level of
Mm.
entertainment of Rengoku episode.
Mm.
What else? What else? Mm.
Do you watching these in Japanese without any subtitles?
Obviously, I watch them with subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I don't want it to be dubbed in Korean
Yeah.
because I enjoy Japanese.
Mm.
Yeah, and like the Japanese voice actors, they're
Mm-hmm.
also pretty like famous in
Yeah.
Korea
Oh,
as
really?
well.
Mm.
If you like anime, like if you're
Mm.
kind of like otaku type of person in
Okay.
Korea, yeah, you would probably know some
Mm.
of them. Oh, also the other favorite is Bungo Stray Dogs.
Mm.
That was also very fun for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I'm a bit curious about like how you like, for example, like Jujutsu Kaisen,
Hmm.
like some explanation in Japanese also doesn't make sense to me because like some of them are this specific term they used in that manga, right? Like
Yeah.
領域展開
Tenkai.
or like any other like specific settings of how like these character
Mm,
using this jujutsu, all of these
mhm,
rules and stuff. Jujutsu Kaisen is relatively famous for like having really complex settings.
mhm.
And we barely understand that. But just to like, did you, do you get all of these stuff with Japanese sounds and Korean subtitles?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think I also kind of like, when those like settings are too this like sophisticated,
Yeah.
I just like, just half understand and
Mm.
just move on. Because like even if you don't fully understand like the sekai kan toka, like
Mm.
you still like you can still go on and
Yeah.
yeah. But when I really need to understand, I usually search on the internet. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are some Korean otakus who
Mm.
already, who just like already kind of like summarized and
Mm.
analyzed all the settings that you have
Okay.
to understand. So yeah, I also got help from those documents as well.
Mm. Nice. Okay. Bungo Stray Dogs is kind of not that popular one, but
Oh, really? Uh-huh.
yeah, I think it's really popular among otaku people in Japan as well. But
Mm.
I think it's kind of rare for like someone actually watch
Mm.
that.
Mm.
Mm,
Have you
nice.
watched it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
But like I don't catch up with the like novels or like the
Ah.
latest episodes. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
got
yeah.
yeah.
Same.
Mm. Did you get
Yeah.
all the references, by the way? Like Bungo Stray Dogs. Like
Actually, no, but according to what I know, so basically the inoryoku of all
yeah,
those characters are based on the novels that they wrote, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so that's what I know. But
yeah.
for the novels, obviously, like most of them that I haven't read them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I did. I tried reading ningen shikaku
Oh, okay.
uh,
Yeah.
and also I watched the movie of
Mm.
Rashomon. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, by the way, that was the assignment for Kokyu Nihongo. And I was like, I almost fell asleep, but
Yeah, those two
yeah,
classic.
it's a very
Yeah,
classic movie with like the
mm,
black and white,
yeah,
without any colors. Yeah.
mm,
But it
yeah,
was very well made, by the way. Like,
yeah,
especially considering it was like directed in like almost like 100 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Every character in like Vin's story is like just classic, like
Mm.
old novel and its authors and yeah.
Yeah, it
So
was very interesting. So
yeah.
actually that was like one of the
Mm,
um like one of the reasons for me
mm,
to at least be aware of those very
Mm.
famous writers in Japan, like
Yeah.
Dazai Osamu or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Natsume Soseki,
Mm.
those people.
Yeah. Like these are not that popular works anymore because they are now on our like textbook for like kokugo.
Oh,
But
oh, oh.
yeah, but like after like Bunsto came up, some publisher just put these all the character to the cover of these classic novels and they
Oh,
sell it.
smart.
It will sell it really well. That was
Mm.
actually clever, and I think these are really cool. But the actual stories, the contents of these novels are quite sometimes really unhinged. Like Ningen Shitake is also like quite depressive,
Yeah, it's kind of
dark.
depressing. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the
Mm.
way, like who's the favorite character from
In
those?
Bunsto,
Yeah.
yeah, it's I think I like Akutagawa.
Mm.
He's yeah.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah, he's very cool. Like I
yeah.
agree.
And I don't know how to pronounce it, but Fitzgerald, Fitzgerald. Yeah,
Ah.
I think I like him too. He's funny.
Mm. Mm.
Mm, yeah, it's such a specific things to talk about. Like,
Oh
I
my God,
think
like so.
there is less number of people who like get English than get Bunsto. Like, Hmm. Okay,
Okay, maybe we should move on to like a more widely
serious
known
stuff.
topics.
Okay, okay. So let's talk about just debating, um,
Mhm.
in general. Um, yeah. Then, okay. So when and why do you start debating?
That's I actually have to think because it's like a really long time ago. Um,
Yeah.
um, I started debating in like when I was in middle school.
Oh.
So I was in like an English academy
Mm,
where they taught debate, but it was not like a competitive debate. There was just like a teacher from the US
mm,
and he just like taught some different types of debates, like
mm,
not just parliamentary, but also like Lincoln Douglas and
mm.
Crossfire, all those like
Yeah.
which was fun for me. But at the same time, like all the logics or strategies that
Mm,
are necessary in actual parliamentary debating was like not really taught. So my actual competitive debating experience started in 2015 when I was like
mm,
ninth grade. Yeah, I attended YTN tournament,
mm.
which
Yeah.
is the biggest schools tournament in Korea. Yeah, and I did a break.
Mm,
That was my first experience. After that, I really, just like I really like debating. So I continued on debating when I was in high school as well. And of course in university,
mm,
which led me here. Yeah. So there was no specific reason for me to just do debating because like I was just naturally exposed to it because of the curriculum.
mm,
But I think I just like ended up liking it because it was interesting for me.
mm.
Yeah.
So how many years you have been debating so far?
I think like actually like full 10 years.
Wow.
Which is crazy, right? But I
Yeah.
will have to deduct a year
Mm,
because like for the first year of my military I haven't debated. So
mm. But
yeah,
it's
but
still
even
nice.
if yeah, that still makes it nine, so like no big difference.
Okay. You're I think most of like people like most of Japanese people don't know like how old you are or
Oh no.
like
Oh no.
because you don't look old, but you are. You are old.
Yeah, I'm actually very old. I'm old. Like Minami always makes fun of that.
Yeah. But I think the interesting thing is in Japan we maybe I'm not sure, but I think we have English Academy thing as well. But
Hmm.
I don't think they teach parliamentary debating. Um
Mm,
and like debating in a sense like the parliamentary debate is not that popular activity
mm,
in Japan who goes to like English academy or like private education.
mm,
Some of them do, but um, we don't have that sort of tournament like YTN. Um,
mm,
at least like people generally start debating from uni, and some of them start from the high school.
mm, mm,
I think yeah, because when I judged the YTN, I was
mm.
just scared. Like these kids are sometimes so good. Like they speak
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
way better English than me. I'm 2 years old, and I
Yeah, they're like so
yeah
EPL.
yeah they're
Yeah.
so EPL. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I also see that. I think in Korea, back in the really, really old days, even
Mm,
like the days before mine, um, the educational system allowed people to use their records of extracurricular activities
mm,
into university admission as well as high school admission. Like, even if it is like just like out of school events like YTN, you can still use that. For example, if you won YTN, that's like a huge
mm,
advantage for you to get into like a uni or even high school.
mm,
So that's why it was like a really, really big boom. But like starting from my age-ish, the government started not allowing that because it's like out of school activity
mm,
and it encourages private education and stuff. So I think now it has turned to something like a rich activity. It's like
mm,
I really like to make an analogy of debate to horse riding, like because
mm.
like a lot of like rich
Yeah.
young kids, they just like learn those things.
Mm,
And I feel like the reason why the parents still send their kids to debate academies is because they feel like it's like a good opportunity for their kids to still
mm,
speak English and also learn some logic. And also it's kind of like fun because like you like winning and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a good hobby
mm,
as of now, unless you're an international school student who really wants to go to, I don't know, like Ivy League school, then probably you need to get into world schools. And
mm,
that will be like a good record for you. But otherwise, in most of the cases, it's just like a good hobby. And
mm.
that's why now in Korea, we don't have a high school tournament. Because in
Oh,
high
really?
school, yeah, actually YTN also used to have high school league,
Mm,
which I participated in.
mm,
And the one that I participated in was the last high school YTN because
mm,
of low participation rates.
mm.
The reason for that was because in high school, people are more focused on university admission, and university admission
Uh-huh.
don't consider any
Mm,
of the like out out of school tournaments. So not many people registered for the tournaments.
mm. Yeah. YTN was really interesting because there is one moment that I have really scared of because
What happened?
I want to know who made that motion. I guess the motion was something on the lines of like Japan should develop the nuclear weapon or something.
Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I guess that was nuclear weapon, not
Mm-hmm.
the like nuclear like in general like energy or all this
Uh-huh.
stuff. That was explicitly noted as nuclear weapon, and Japan
Actual
like,
nuclear
oh
weapon.
yeah, Japan
Uh-huh.
should do that or not. And
Huh.
I think I was judging a EPL league for that motion.
Uh-huh.
Um, and these kids are so good. But I was so scared. Because I'm my name is really obviously too Japanese, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe some of them can find out like I am like in the debate in the rounds. I think the one teams, I don't know, but they probably found out or like speculate that I am Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
and they start using so many like Japanese intuitions, like really specific names of the places, or like
Really?
yeah, or some specific international IR like spec knowledge of like Japanese internal politics.
Oh,
That was really impressive, but um, that was
well,
really
that's
scary
scary.
too.
Yeah,
Because
that's scary.
yeah, like, am I being like kind of attacked by these kids? Like, I
Yeah.
like yeah, and at the same time, they're explaining why Japan should not do that because Japanese politics are quite shit, and I kind of agree.
Uh,
But like, am I accused of something? But like, that was
mm,
really funny but scary. Like, it's so funny to see Korean kids talking about Japanese IR. Um,
mm.
yeah, that was most unhinged moment at YTN. But everyone, yeah, speaks so good English.
If I were in the same situation, like for example, if I were like in a Japanese like schools tournament and when that Japanese kids are like knowing so many like spec knowledge about Korean politics, I think I would actually freak out. Like,
Yeah,
how do you know all these? Like, have you
yeah,
lived in Korea or something?
yeah. It's way beyond of just like Fukushima or earthquake.
Mm.
It's way beyond of
Oh my
that.
God.
Freaked out. Yeah, yeah. They look so serious, and yeah, just if I just very start my OA and without the verdict, some kids are crying or like
Oh
or they
no.
when they get lost, and I feel so guilty. Like
Yeah, that happens. That
yeah,
happens in schools tournaments specifically.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, and okay, so I guess you have attended so many tournaments and so many yeah debating. What was
Yeah.
the biggest struggle in your entire debating career?
Huh. Hmm. Like, I feel like there were some struggles, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. The first one was when I was in high school because the high school that I attended was just a normal high school. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not like a specialized high school. It was just like a public high school.
Mm.
So I wanted to make a debate club.
Oh.
Obviously there was none because
Mm.
nobody did English debating. So I had to make one.
Mm-hmm.
Like recruit everyone who can speak like
Wow.
relatively better English and all that. And the problem was we don't have any infra there. We don't have any coach. Like
Mm.
we don't have any connection to other schools or just like the high school, the
Yeah.
debating community and stuff. So yeah, that was the first challenge. So like what I kind of like ended up doing is just like, to attend the sessions. Like
What?
so when I was preparing for YTN, when I was like Kosang, which is
Mm-hmm.
crazy because like
Yeah.
it was August
Mm.
and our KSAT is, like November.
Mm.
So it was actually crazy, but I really wanted to like do well in that YTN because it's my
Mm.
last YTN that I can attend. So what I ended up doing is I contacted some Kida people that I
Mm.
knew and asked them if I can attend some sessions. And they
Mm.
said yes. So I just attended sessions. And obviously my school was not in Seoul.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for us to go to Kida session,
Yeah.
it took almost like 4 hours for a round trip.
What?
Yeah, to attend that
That's
session, which
crazy.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but it was indeed like helpful. And I also like got to know a lot of like Kita people and get close to these people as well, which was also a very good thing for me after I entered university because I already knew a lot of Kita people, so it was much easier for me to be involved. But anyways, back in that time,
Yeah.
since we didn't have a sparring partner, since we didn't have anyone to coach us, we had to actively find for somebody. That was my first struggle. My second struggle was in university because before my military service, where I restarted my debating career, when I attended Korea Worlds, I think that was like the peak of my anxiety in terms of like debating, because back then I was very anxious of not doing well. But at the same time, I had higher and higher expectations because me and Yun Chan, who was my partner back then, we made a lot of good results in Korean circuit, NE circuit. We also missed ESL break in Thailand Worlds in a very slim margin. We had enough points. We didn't break in speaks. So we either needed one more point or just higher speeds, which was a very unexpected result for us because we just went there for fun. Not actually just for fun, but we prepared for it, but we didn't expect to have like a result that is close to breaking. But anyways, with those expectations, I really wanted to break ESL in Korea Worlds. And after round 6, we were on 14 points, which is like crazy because in last Worlds, in Thailand Worlds, like 15 points was like the cut line for the breaks. And 16 was like a safe break. So if we only get like 2 points in the remaining 3 rounds, at least we can make a safe break in ESL. And if we kind of like do relatively better, we can even like aim for open break, right?
Yeah.
So that was like a really big moment for us. And then sadly, we got third in round 7, and for round 8 and 9 we got fourth. So we didn't even manage to break ESL, which was something that I never expected. Obviously, I expected when like before going to Worlds, I also expected the scenario of not being able to break at all because like Worlds break is like so hard, right? But given that our team points was already 14 after round 6, it was really disappointing that I didn't even make it to ESL, especially when all the other people in NEA in our generation, like Kanan and Tora was actually our generation. Kiki was also our generation. Toshia was also our generation. All these people broke either ESL or open.
Yeah.
So it was very, very disappointing for us as well. I think that was like my biggest struggle in my university career because like the pressure that I felt was really high. And at the same time, just objectively speaking, my skills level was not as high. But because the achievements that we made with a very good partner, Yunchan did really well. Like he's still very good. Like he was also really, really good back then. So to be fair, to some extent, I feel like the contribution from Yunchan was just bigger than what I did. I think I was a supporting role. So basically, like my skills level was also kind of like not as good. But at the same time, I just wanted to do well. So the anxiety was just like growing and growing and growing. So that was stress. And then I went to ABP 2021. So and we also wanted to break and like and that was also very high pressure. But like we still managed to break open, but like we were dropped in Octos or something. which was also disappointing because like
Yeah.
we broke pretty high. We broke like 15th or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so we kind of like expected at least quarters, but like
Mm.
we were dropped in octos very, very deservedly. So yeah, that was when I felt like maybe I am done with debating because
Mm.
I don't feel like it's fun anymore.
Yeah.
So I decided to stop debating.
Mm.
Because obviously I also had to go to military, and back then not many people debated in military. So so it was just kind of like a norm to have like a hiatus at least
Mm.
during military time. And then if you want to come back, you come back. If you don't, you just leave.
Mm.
So yeah, for a year I just like had rest and not thinking about debate, not participating in any tournaments. And then after that year, when in 2023, I felt like maybe I can debate again because
Mhm.
I kind of like discovered that I kind of like want to debate again for some reason. I don't know
Of course,
why.
that's a really random reason.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, right? I'm like, maybe I should debate once again. And then like after that decision, like my mindset like completely changed because like from now on like I felt as if I don't have anything to lose
Mm.
because you know
Yeah.
I'm just like coming back and honestly I'm already kind of like old, so what's the point of me being so pressured to just like all
Yeah.
the results and stuff like that. I just wanted to have fun and I really just wanted to like do well. I had to do better in debating because I
Mm.
like debating. That's when I kind of like my skills level just like increased really rapidly in 2023. And I managed to get some good results as
Mm.
well. Yeah, so that's kind of like how I kind of like overcame that,
Mm.
trauma, I guess.
Yeah. It's so impressive because the major is so unhealthy, and the decisions of like coming back to debating itself is crazy because
Yeah,
you've
yeah, I
already
agree.
like beaten up by like many times and
Mm,
like
mm,
go
mm,
through really like yeah disappointing and
mm.
hardship, but eventually managed to broke out like Vietnam is so impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was lucky enough because like actually like one of the problems of, Korean male debaters, especially because of military issue, sometimes you just don't have a partner to go to a tournament with.
Mm.
But and it was also true for me because Yunchan was going to law school, so he
Mm-hmm.
was very, very busy. So he can't really go to any tournaments with me.
Mm.
Um, although he did like for some tournaments, but like like he couldn't like do tournaments
Mm.
like as often.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I had Tohyun, who
Mm-hmm.
was very young but who was very good. So like yeah, that's why even though he didn't have that much university debating experience, his skills level was already like in
Yeah.
really high level. So that's why we could still team up and like make equal contribution to the team.
Mm.
And also I had Youngwoo, who was debating a lot, who already had who were already very much excelling in 2023 because Youngwoo
Yeah.
was edge coring UADC in 2023. Um, he also did very well in ABP that
Mm.
year. So actually he was also kind of like a role model for me
Mm-hmm.
because if you actually look at my debating career is just like almost the same as what Youngwoo did. Like what Youngwoo did last year is what I am doing this year. So,
Yeah.
um, and honestly speaking, even when I came back to debating in 2023, I didn't have any faith in myself. I just wanted to have
Mm.
fun. And although I really want to do well, I just was unsure if I am good enough. But because Young was there, like for example, at Korean UADC, and Young was
Mm.
like just seriously telling me that if you come to UADC, I think you can break. And
Mm.
I think you can maybe go to like even further out rounds. And and that's one of the reasons I um, ended up deciding to go to ADC.
Mm.
And it turns out that Youngwoo's prophecy was true because, like, yeah, we reached quarters. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was like such an unexpected result for us because,
Mm.
yeah, we thought we would like barely break or even miss the break. That was
Mm.
our initial expectations. So, yeah.
Yeah. Is Yonggu and you're same from same institution? No, right?
Actually, no. Yes. Oh my God, this is like a embarrassing question for me because I'm from Seoul National University, and
Mhm.
Youngwoo is from Hops.
Yeah.
Um, so the way I went to Worlds with Youngwoo is by going on an exchange program to Hops.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, so I took like a random Balkan culture and history class in
Yeah.
Hops for the sole purpose of going to Worlds. But the problem was it was the winter break. It was a winter semester.
Mm.
So the semester schedule overlapped with Worlds. That's why
Mm.
I couldn't register any of the offline classes. So I ended up registering for the only online class available in that semester,
Wow.
which was that Malcolm culture class.
Balkan Cup.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. So that's how like we were able to team up together. And
Mm.
I think um it was really a hassle. Like I would have to be very honest. Like it
Yeah.
was very stressful because I was still in the military when I was registering for that exchange program.
Mm.
There were so many uncertainties. Um, yeah, it was pretty stressful, but in the end, I feel like it was a good choice because we
Mm.
managed to break. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Which uni are you coming to? Uh, going for like exchange program in Japan?
Actually, I'm undecided. I initially wanted to go to Handai
Yeah.
because I wanted to team up with Minami. But it turns out that Minami is graduating next semester.
Mm.
So, yeah, but my exchange is like next fall. So
Mhm.
there's no point for me to go to Osaka. So
Yeah.
from
Maybe
now
you
on, I'm
come to my uni.
Hitotsubashi.
Yeah.
Like, are you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing grad school, right?
Yeah. And I'm extending 1 year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might seriously consider because like
Really? Well, what your major? Like what you do for like exchange program?
in terms of like academics,
Yeah.
my current major is anthropology and
Oh,
education.
yeah, you said that.
Yeah, you're an anthropology major too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe we can actually take the same class if I go to Hitotsubashi, right?
But yeah, okay. Maybe you have to seriously consider.
Yeah,
Maybe
actually,
we can attend the same seminar. Oh my God.
yeah, that will be so fun. And I think I will need a friend because
Mm.
like although I met the requirements for like taking the Japanese like classes in Japanese, I don't think I will be able to like follow all the class material by
Mm.
myself. So maybe I really need the person to support me. Uh,
Yeah, but aside from that, actually, yeah, but there's really few university have really good anthropology courses in Japan. Those
oh,
are like Tokyo, uh, and Osaka, and maybe Kyoto.
oh, why are you excluding your own uni?
Because my uni we don't have that, like we only have like two people, two professors.
Oh my
Um,
God.
because like our uni itself is such a small university. We only have
Mm-hmm.
like social science majors.
Ah, I see, I see.
Yeah, and we we don't have any like specific courses for anthropology. We just have a like that 研究室 or like seminar for
Ah,
anthropology. But people there is so good. The professor is so good. but like we don't have a that like ちゃんとした curriculum for like anthropology. We don't have that many classes for anthropology.
I see.
But I think it's good because we don't need that much of anthropology specific courses. Anyway, we have to like learn bunch of stuff which is not about the anthropology, like education, like arts, like any, you know. So maybe it, like yeah, in terms of like belonging to like good anthropology courses, my uni isn't that good option, but yeah.
But like to be fair, I'm just going on an exchange for a semester. You know, like I'm not like taking the whole curriculum, so
Yeah.
I feel like if there are like decent, good enough classes that I can take like a one or two for during that semester, I feel like
Yeah.
that will be enough. Yeah, actually, I was like, so because my plan for, applying for exchange program is my first preference would be a university in the US, but honestly speaking, I think there's almost zero chance for me to get in because the criteria for our school to select the candidates are solely based on your GPA. My GPA is
Yeah.
oh well, like
debating.
I made a trade-off. So
Yeah, we all made a trade-off.
yeah, so I'm
yeah.
like, I'm just giving a shot because I really wanted to go to that uni. But like I don't care. So I have two more options left, which is my second and third preferences. So initially I was planning for Osaka and then Tokyo or something, but now like Osaka is not my option anymore. Like I also know Kyoto is like very good uni, but at the same time I just have nobody that I know in Kyoto. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, why? So so I was considering Todai and then maybe one more. Maybe I should consider
Yeah.
Hitotsubashi.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Todai is also, very the GPA competition is very fierce. So even if I apply for Todai, I might not get in. Compared to that, maybe I can get into Hitotsubashi, but I'm not sure even.
Yeah. If that's easy, maybe you should. But yeah, in debate wise, maybe you should go to Todai.
But why? But like, who should I team up with? Like,
Oh, really?
like should I like persuade NASA?
She's also graduating, right?
Oh my gosh, she's graduating grad school. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, then like, you know. Actually, I was considering participating in JPTQ Nationals and NADC while in Japan. So, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're interested, I think I
Yeah.
think I'll seriously consider like applying to Hitotsubashi. And Minami would just like die. She will be so jealous, you know?
Yeah. Let's just win the nationals so hard.
Oh my God,
I,
but like, what if
yeah.
we don't win?
Yeah, that's yeah. It's a bit scary because I haven't spoken at nationals since I am the second year.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine because like you you spoke like in like many open tournaments, right? And like you did so well.
No, but
Like
yeah,
Japan BP, Kida Open.
yeah. Kid Open was so fun. Yeah.
Kida Open was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe move on to the like few more questions and then I think it's turning to be okay, we have still some time. Then maybe okay, so we should move on to the more spicy thing,
Oh, okay.
which is about what are the things you like or you don't like about Korean debating circuit.
Oh. Is this a part that I have to speak in
Yeah,
Japanese? Like,
so yeah, you can say like the nice thing in like in English, and maybe your complaints in Japanese.
I mean, like, I feel like Korean circuit is very, mm, very, I think like it's now more active these days.
Hmm.
Especially like post-COVID. I see a lot of like debaters, societies,
Mm,
emerging, which is really
yeah.
promising. And I see a lot of like good rookies who
Mm,
are just getting better and better, and they are very eager to just like,
yeah.
just do better and stuff. So I really like that part because it's very just happy to see a lot of people just like putting a lot of effort. Although I'm not sure if that's like a good life decision, but
Hmm.
like but at the same time, just like putting your passion and effort to something that you really like is something that is always enjoyable to watch. Um, Something that I don't like is
うん。
ちょっと
ちょっと。
なんかディベートばっかりして、
うん。
ジャッジはしないという、
ああ。
なんかそれが問題だと思う理由は、like even if you go to nationals, like いいジャッジが足りなくて、
うん。
なんかコールもランダムし、なんか、なんか、
うん。
この人がファイナルジャッジするなんという
Yeah, that happens to, like, それは日本でもそういう感じの時はたま
うん、
にある
そうそう
かな。
そうそう。
うん。
うん。なんか、話聞いてるから。なんか日本でも、なんか、
うん。
similar
Yeah.
story
う
起こってい
ん。
るかも。But like, apart from that, also I feel like なんかジャッジしないと、ジャッジの視線をわから
うん。
ないから、
うん。
なんかそういうことだったら、ちょっとまあ自分はディベーターとして
うん。
いいマテリアルと思っても、ジャッジに
うん。
とってはまあ意味のない
うん。
マテリアルという時も
うん。
あるし、なんか自分のパースペクティブ、like、観点を
うん。
広がる、
うん。
いや、その機会が、ジャッジの経験と思って、
うん。
なんまあ、自分のなんか自己発展のため
うん。
にジャッジ
うん。
するしかないという、
そうだよな。
うん、
うん。
yeah, I feel like, yeah, they should judge because like at some point, I feel like, oh, like I don't think that's like important, but at the same time,
う
they
ん。
were just like very obsessed with that material
う
at
ん。
some point, yeah, which I don't think is a good thing for them, yeah.
Yeah. Is everyone like なんかジャッジ怖いからやらない ?Or like if they
う
just
ん、
think judging is just つまんない。
つまらない。
ああ。
なんか、ジャッジは、まあ、まあ、
うん。
大会があるとき、
うん。
まあ、ディベーターとして参加することが優先になるから、
うん。
まあ、ジャッジになる人たちは、まあ、ディベーディベートにもうまくないという人とか、まあ、
うん。
コミットメント
うん。
多くない人とか、
うん。
まあ、その人がthe N1 requirements のために、
うん。
ジャッジとしてレジスターするか
う
ら、
ん。
まあ、
なるほど。
yeah.
Yeah. But judging is fun too.
Yeah, I
Because,
know, right?
yeah.
I mean, like, I understand that some people might find judging like not as fun
Hmm.
in some instances, because obviously you just need to put more attention. Like you have to really concentrate for the whole hour, which
Hmm.
is like obviously stressful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, when the catharsis that you can feel when you feel like you actually made a really good call. And
Yeah.
for the every single comparison, you just have a good reason for it. Like that is also like a really good
Hmm.
feeling. So yeah, I feel like just a lot of people just still have like hinking and
Hmm.
just like feel like judging is always like not fun.
Hmm.
I feel like there should be more just more training
Yeah.
and more encouragement for people to go judge
Hmm.
so that
Yeah.
they can just have a balance in the experiences. Yeah.
Hmm. That's so true. Like I think in Japan, I think the thing is bit different. Because I think most people don't just think it is scary to like judge like
Mm.
tournaments.
Why,
Like
why?
because maybe this is a kind of bad Japanese debating culture, but um like but everyone loves to bitch bad judges, right? um
Mm.
and people
Mm.
think that these rumors can be directed to themselves, even though like we don't do that to the kohai people because they're
Mm,
learning
mm, mm,
judging and
mm.
they're still developing. Everyone knows that people still can do give a good ways or like they don't
Mm, mm,
have
mm.
that experiences. We only do that for like old people,
Yeah, old people making crazy
old like
calls.
overrated old dinos, who maybe judge some important rounds but and give insane calls. They deserve it, right? Because
Yeah.
they think they're right and they teaching their kids judging or debating, and that's itself is a bit like concerning. So we have to like ちょっと
Yeah, we need to like check and balance.
yeah,
Like
that's a check and balances. But I think in some part, like those narrative of like calling out bad judges, um, can like overly like influences like people who's about to start judging, and I think they think it is too scary to join this like
Mm,
thing. Debating is just like
mm.
you don't have to worry about these things being because yeah I
Yeah,
don't think
if you
that
don't do well, like
yeah
you just like screw over by yourself, like.
yeah
And yeah, but like if you make an insane call, other people might hate you. Yeah, so I think I understand. I think I was also kind of like scared at times. I think I'm still scared. Like I'm going to Worlds like in a week, and I feel like some white people might just take my
yeah
judge scores.
yeah but yeah, so I think judging domestically is just the most easiest and most like less scary things
Yeah.
that you can do than judging like some random like European or like American tournament, like bunch of white people like talking shit. It's
Yeah,
way more
yeah,
scary.
yeah,
Yeah,
and aggressively asking so many questions. Like, I can't.
yeah, can't yeah. Okay, then maybe another question specifically about the Japan or Kansai. Do you
Mm,
have any impressions towards like how do you think about like Japanese debaters or like more specifically the Kansai debaters?
mm,
Because I'm pretty sure that you have spoken at Japanese tournament several times and you judge
yeah.
many Japanese teams as well. Do you like find some like differences to the Korean debating like
Mhm.
trends or people, or like do you find any like unique thing in Japanese debating?
Like, I don't think Japanese debating is like groundbreakingly different from Korean debating.
Yeah.
But I think there's some tendencies that I found from many of the Japanese debaters compared to Korean circuit. Like I feel like Japanese debaters are much more analysis oriented, like
Mm.
analysis or framing type of, you know, I'm not sure how can I describe this
Mm.
sufficiently, but I feel like they really want to make certain claims
Mm.
based on very mechanical analyses. Like whereas I feel like Korean debaters are more intuition based,
Mm-hmm.
which is I think like both strategies have some pros and cons, but at some point, like when I see some Japanese teams, I feel like why are you analyzing this much? I'm like,
Yeah.
and sometimes they misidentify the burdens.
Mm.
So obviously, analyzing is important and necessary in debates, but you need to analyze the burdens that you need to analyze on. But
Yeah.
at some point, like they were just analyzing some burdens that are just easier for them to fill, which didn't really help them to win.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, so in those instances, I just gave feedback to these people saying that like giving analysis is good, but just identifying the burden is the priority.
Mm.
Whereas there are some Koreans who are just like too assertive. Um, like yeah, yeah, I'm like you're just like repeating the same sentence like 5 times. Um, so yeah, I think I think I am more similar to
Mm.
Japanese style of
Yeah.
debating, maybe, because I'm kind of like more analysis
Mm.
oriented. Um, my speculation and my theory is that I think a lot of Japanese debaters are influenced by the Tokyo style of debating.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, especially like the Tora Kanan generation, starting
Mm.
from them, also from like Nasa and Kotaro, they also have like really robust analyses, um, which I think is a really good way of debating. I think that has been like the trend in Japanese circuit, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I kind of agree because I saw a lot of Korean debaters, for example, at Kida Open, that they're
Mhm.
really, really rhetorical, uh,
Yeah, I know, right?
which is the way bigger extent than like the Japanese debaters do. Maybe it is
Mm,
because like they just like you said, like English Academy thing. Maybe they learn
mm,
lots of English more than like what we do. Um, but it's really interesting because yeah, I really agree with that. That was really accurate observation.
yeah, like I don't,
Yeah.
but for the Kansai circuit, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because like I think I haven't met that many Kansai
Mm.
debaters. Like Minami obviously is more, you know, intuition oriented, I guess. Obviously she has a lot of analyses, but I feel like she is not analytical in a way
Yeah.
that is
She's not like fun
mechanically,
or like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So in that sense, maybe Kansai debaters are less like maybe a bit more rhetorical, I guess.
Hmm.
But like I think that's too hasty generalization-ish for me. Yeah, but the vibe that I get from Kansai debaters is like just as a human being, they're like very, very chill and they
Yeah.
just want to like I really get the vibe that they really want to just like have fun all the time. Like
Hmm.
the vibe that yeah, compared to like the Tokyo debaters, I would say like I think they are more like more put together, I would say. Like
Yeah.
yeah, they are always very,
Mm.
you know, polite and respectful. Yeah, which is also very impressive for me. Like I really appreciated all the, you know, um humility and just
Mm.
amicability from Tokyo people as well. But for the Kansai people, I don't know, like maybe this is also my bias. Because
Mm,
like I'm from media or something. Because like like Osaka people like they're like fun and they're like they
yeah.
want more humor and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, that's the vibe that I get from Kansai people specifically as well.
Mm. I think that's also really correct because we we often like sometimes even in an in round we prioritize like just fun arguments to build more than like just winning argument and like or like just like we I, I I'm kind of sure that there are some norms that being like mechanism machine and like giving all
Mm-hmm.
the five structural reasons it's kind of lame and we have to like talk what we want to talk about
Yeah.
and then like uh it turns out to be like really good result or sometimes bad result
Yeah, yeah. It's like a
as
hit
well
or miss.
but
Yeah.
yeah. mm. But I think that's generally correct. Maybe yeah, yeah, it's interesting because what like some Kansai debaters are also like relatively mechanistic,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but they're using their mechanistic like mechanism skills and mechanistic works to build really unhinged argument. Like so like, yeah. So our like debating not the style. I think we have the same style, but debating norms or like what they pursue
Mm-hmm,
is kind of
mm-hmm.
different compared to like what Kanto people are doing. Uh, yeah, I think that's correct. Okay, I guess it's about an hour, so let's.
Oh my God. Sorry. I think I talked too much.
No. It was I was talking. We were spending too much time on like talking about like anime and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing is maybe you you can share a little bit about who is the goat for you. I
Oh my
mean like
God. This is so
not
difficult.
it's difficult but yeah 誰に一番影響を受けたか or like who
Mm-hmm.
is your like most prominent role model
Uh-huh.
yeah or if you don't come up with the goat conversation you can just share who is the underrated or overrated debater in our like, immediate circle.
Okay. For the goat conversation, I would have to say, I think I watched a lot of like videos of um I, I'm not sure if you know like Shermanar. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I watched a lot of like Shermay's debate videos.
Yeah.
Um it's partially because Yun Chan really likes Shermay's
Mm-hmm.
speeches. Um although I'm not like a second speaker like what
Mm.
Shermay usually does. But I feel like the way they just do argumentation and the logical flow of that arguments. I
Mm.
really like that.
Yeah.
Also, Miko, I watched
Mm.
a lot of Miko videos because I feel like he has a really good balance of constructive and destructive
Mm.
materials. Because most of the times I am just, doing constructive roles. I'm not that like the second speaker type of person,
Mm.
but at the same time, I always wanted to have more disruptive elements, responsive elements in my speech as well, because
Mm.
I felt sometimes that my constructive materials just end up being irrelevant because
Mm.
I just build up things, do not really respond to anything. And
Mm.
so, yeah. So when I wanted to learn how to take a good balance between these responsive and constructive materials, I really referred a lot to Miko's speeches.
Mm.
So I think these two are the goals for me, I guess. Um, or the person that I really got a lot of echo is
Mm.
actually Kanan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's because like we started off in a relatively similar generation,
Mm.
but she reached a really high level. Um, especially as like I'm not sure if she's like EFL or ESL, but like
Yeah.
not EPL, right? I don't know
Yeah,
actually.
she's not EPL, I guess. Yeah.
But like the way she structures her speech was very very well structured and all that.
Yeah.
And it's especially when she's from the same generation from mine. I
Hmm.
felt like maybe at least at least trying to use the same structure will be like still
Mm.
like a applicable strategy for me. So yeah, when I was like preparing for certain tournaments, I also wanted to really just like do a speech like her.
Mm.
That so yeah, I think these three are the people that I got the most influence.
Yeah. Nice. Because yeah, it's interesting, but I haven't like spoken uh to like talk to Kanan-san or like
Oh,
it,
actually same.
our
Yeah.
age, yeah, generation didn't like, なんか一緒にならなかった。
Uh.
その、自分が1年生の時、カナンさん was already graduated, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Or like at least she was not, no. Yeah. I think that was after, or like, yeah.
多分
1
就
年生の
活
時、
してい
that
たか
was,
も。
yeah, wait. Uh, when I was 1年生, that was year of Korea Wars actually.
Oh, I
And
see.
I was just like 1年生, then I'm 2 years old. Uh, I didn't speak single English because I learned English through debating. So
Oh.
like, and obviously there's no connection, no like, you know, I don't know any of like old people in the circuit.
うん。
Hitotsubashi is really like small and we don't have that many people who continue debating. There's lots of people in like at first like 1年生 or 2年生. But I haven't got any chances to talk to Kanan-san or like I just watched a few recordings of like Bros or like ABP. Yeah, but she's really good. Or maybe at UADC too. Um,
Kind of like super good. Like, yeah.
yeah. Mm. Okay. Then I think that's everything, I guess. ちょうど1時間ぴったりぐらいな気がする。
あ、
Nice. Okay,
よかっ
so
た。
then any last notes or comments for this episode?
Oh. Oh, I actually wanted to say something about the underrated debater.
Okay,
Maybe
so
this
you
is a really
care about
controversial take. I would have to say Minami Matsushima is the underrated debater
oh,
because yeah, I mean obviously like she achieved a lot, but I just genuinely believe she deserves more. So yeah. So in that respect, I think she's underrated. I think she because like obviously she did well in open tournaments and
Mhm.
also in NADC, but like I think she didn't have like enough opportunity to shine in other like bigger scale majors,
Mm,
which I think she will be able to, um, if she really wants to in the future. But anyways, yeah, and that was my first thing that I wanted to say. The second last comment is, um, yeah, maybe I said a lot of unhinged things in this podcast, but like the only thing that people should remember is like I just love Japan. I really like Japanese circuit. I always have enjoyed a lot when I visited Japan. So yeah,
yeah,
hopefully I can see everyone in the Kansai.
yeah, it's nice. Let's see you in the Kansai and let's explore more spicy takes at the Kansai. Maybe we can. Okay, so thank you, Yago, for coming today. And
Thank you. Thank you so much for
you
having me.